CDF is the kitu kidogo and kitu kubwa. Once the president supported these people against all odds, against the courts, and CDF was given to them, against the court, all the way from the High Court to the Supreme Court. That is the kitu kidogo and kitu kubwa combined. You can't even know if it is directed at one of the speakers. Somebody could be after that job.
We have talked about Kimani.
Unaweza chukua hiyo. No.
Now you are going to Wetangula.
Unaweza chukua ya Wetangula ukapatia Otiende Amolo.
Tired of the same old shopping experience? Step into a smarter way to shop with Whitson Group, Kenya's go-to online store for quality you can trust. From gadgets and homeware to everyday essentials, we deliver convenience right to your door. Fast shopping, secure payments, and top-notch customer care, all in one place. Visit whitesongroup.com today. Whitson Group, simple, reliable, delivered.
Parliament is soko huru. I'm here with Prof. Manyora, going to talk about MPs extorting the executive, MPs extorting governors. Prof, great to see you. How are you doing today?
Good.
Look at Parliament, Prof. President William Ruto has decided enough is enough. These guys are asking for a lot of money. 150 million, where will a governor get that money? He says he has direct intelligence, the president, and it's time to deal with the legislature. Is this what we were waiting for the legislature to be called out, for it to be whipped, so that we see our representatives working for us?
I wouldn't place much hope on anything.
Yeah.
This is a rotten system. I don't think calling them out will amount to anything. You know, you must have something you stand for. There must be some values. There must be a part of you that is affected when you are called out. There must be something that brings shame. You feel ashamed of doing certain things. These guys have no shame. Anything goes. So
they were laughing.
What is it? Calling them out is nothing.
Some of them were saying one term while Raila was speaking. Some of them were saying, name them. Who are these people? Yeah. And you'd want to know, why do you think the president has made this deliberate move from devolution at 12 to yesterday at the PG?
It's very difficult to know. It could be politics. They could be aiming at somebody in particular. You know, the broad-based government has brought two parties, ODM and UDA. As they meet, they must squeeze somebody out. So this could be a way of squeezing a few people out.
That could be true, because the president says some of this money doesn't reach MPs, some of MPs. It reaches some higher, chairmen, and he didn't mention...
Raila can tell him now, although we are cooperating, this one is not a good man. And they squeeze you out.
Do you think it can affect someone like the majority leader?
It's possible.
Kimani Ichung'wah?
Yeah, why not? Kimani Ichung'wah is one of those people Raila will not be happy with. And as you cobble a government in the future, beginning now, you must begin to creating spaces. You must begin to create space. You might want to have a leader of minority, leader of majority coming from ODM. So you could squeeze out Kimani Ichung'wah. It's possible. But it's also possible that the president is fed up with this kind of nonsense. It could be possible that the president can't take it anymore. Or it is also possible the governor who has complained to the president is very close to the president. It can be anything.
What will this mean for the future of the relationship between the legislature and the executive, now that the president has called them out, and of course some bills will come directly from the executive? What will this mean when it comes to this relationship?
The president will still have his word and his say. Period. These people they are scared. They cannot stand firm. Yes.
What is the expectation of the speakers of both houses? This is an accusation. This accusation is great.
You can't even know if it is directed at one of the speakers. Somebody could be after that job.
We have talked about Kimani.
Unaweza chukua hiyo. No.
Now you are going to Wetangula.
Unaweza chukua ya Wetangula ukapatia Otiende Amolo. I'm just saying.
If it's
so you must find a way of squeezing somebody out to get that job and give it to somebody else. It's possible. Because it is politics. It is our politics. That's how we play it. There's no honor among these guys.
What do you think should be the right move from the speakers now that all eyes are on them, all eyes are thinking about Parliament? What should be their move?
Speaker must make a statement on this. And he must cause an investigation to take place. The Speaker must talk to the President and get the agents, government national agents responsible for investigation to move in. The intelligence, EACC, they must move in. I mean, this is not an issue. It's coming from the President. This is not coming from just another person. This is coming directly from the head of state and head of government. It cannot be something you can wish away. You can't wish it away.
Do you think this is just politics? Because the president says we will name them, we will arrest them, but no investigation has been done yet. No arrests.
People would not take it kindly of both the president and the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Senate if nothing is done. Both houses must cause a committee to be put in place to look into this matter. This matter is played at such a high level, you can't just wish it away.
Say it takes two to tango. Yes. Why should the president complaining if money is coming from the executive? Do you think the president has the moral authority to call out corruption from Parliament?
That's what people will say, and there are those who might call him out.
How about you?
I will be hesitant to do so.
Why not?
These days I'm a bit of a coward.
Why not? Because look, how can you say there's a lot of money? We gave, I think, 10 million circulated to pass a certain bill, anti-laundering bill or something. This 10 million, where did it come from for the parliamentarians to get it? Should the president too be called out, or the executive, those who come
That's
out
why I
money?
said the Speaker, Wetangula, and I think I need to add Kingi, should form a committee. And they should talk to the president to authorize the use of state agencies who will receive information from the president. Because you cannot go as speaker to receive information from the president. But the director of NIS, DGO, can receive that information from the president. You see? The head of the EACC can also find a way of getting the information from State House. You know? And then that committee or that, whatever they will call it, should be able to tell Kenyans who are these MPs who have annoyed the president.
You have lived through Parliament. You've seen how it operates. Yes. Do you think we are worse than where we are? That's why the president says we are going to ban, this country is going to be destroyed. We have to call these things out. How do you think Parliament has progressed in terms of money to make bills pass?
You know, there was a time when Parliament was a place where people, watetezi, walikuwa wanaitwa watetezi. People who fought for independence. And people who spoke out against colonial rule. They are the people who are in our first parliament. Granted, there were a few who had money, but the majority of the people didn't have money. And there were no big salaries. They were earning like 8,000 shillings. There wasn't much money. For a long time, there wasn't much money in parliament. Then we I don't know who told us, all of a sudden we gave these people money. And the more we gave them, the more they wanted. Yeah. The more we gave them, the more they wanted. Then we made a mistake and gave them CDF. Now for them, going to parliament is money, being in parliament is money. And I support Raila when he says, let's get CDF from, that's the beginning.
That wasn't popular yesterday.
Yeah.
It wasn't popular.
Yeah. So they removed the CDF from the MPs, number one, and all devolved funds. Let us take devolved funds to governors, the way the Constitution really envisages it. That we devolve our funds to the county governments and let the MPs provide oversight right from the national to the county level through senators at the county level. That's what I would support. Secondly, there is need to review the salaries of MPs and bring those salaries down. Maximum 200, 300,000 shillings, so that people don't go there for money. They go because they have something to offer to the country. And finally, in order for all this to work, let us abolish the Parliamentary Service Commission. Nobody should have a committee that sets their own salary. Yeah, and remove all sorts of allowances, for example. You cannot be getting a salary and then you are paid when you go to work, sitting allowance. What does that mean? This nonsense must be end. Outrageous mileage claims or allowances. Outrageous. We must remove all those things. Then, to answer your question, then at that point, we will have people who go to the National Assembly and to Senate because they have something to offer, not because they are going for money. Yeah.
But you come back to raia, pesa ya mazishi, pesa ya fees, pesa ya hospitali, nyumba yangu imeharibika, mheshimiwa saidia. It goes back to raia again, and there's this deeper thinking of raia are making politicians demand for this money.
We should stop that. That cannot build the country. A culture of kitu kidogo can never build any country. A culture of handouts can never build. You won't be bailed out even when your wife gives birth. You are going to wed somebody, it's just a marriage. Why? Others have had simple marriages. Why do you want a grand marriage and you're wedding and you have no money? Then you disturb people. We must get out of this idea of begging and all this harambe nonsense. But for that again to happen, we must have institutional support for the vulnerable. You cannot get rid of corruption, you cannot get rid of harambe and this culture of kitu kidogo unless you deal a fundamental blow to certain practices. And unless you also turn the country into some sort of welfare state for social justice. So you have free, quality education. Free, quality healthcare. Free. Not this nonsense of universals, GWAT and SHA and the rest. The way it was, we saw it, we used it, we went to hospital, we were treated. Nobody asked us for 1 shilling. Walked in, walked out with good medicine. That one, the infrastructure is in place. You just need money to roll it. We are already using money. So it's nothing new. And education the same. Then you need to look at urban transport. You know, these are the things that people do. Rail transport, so that people do not need a lot of money to move around and survive. Their children get free quality education. Everybody gets free medical care, health care. There is proper transport in the urban centers, well organized, born out of a serious transport policy. There is a housing policy so that people can access houses. And there is even a good retirement arrangement for people where they live, like in the developed countries, where pensioners live. So then we have good pensions, so that you don't have to steal to survive in your old age. We have had this discussion on our WhatsApp groups at the university. The idea is, how do you prepare for retirement? Those of us who are retiring. I've told them you don't need to. You don't need to prepare for retirement. Your pension should serve you. That's the way it should be.
Yes.
As I retire from the University of Nairobi, I should live on my pension. That should be enough. I don't want to be a rich person. I don't want to create, you don't want to create millionaires, billionaires out of pensioners.
Yes.
But that money should be enough. So it also begins, because pension is a build-up from a good salary. So on top of housing, on top of transport, urban transport, on top of free education, free healthcare, we must have serious salaries, living wages and salaries for this country, so that people don't have to steal.
And people don't have to call on their MPs to support them.
Yeah. But now once you get that organized properly, and it's not difficult for us, we have the resources for that. Once you get that, then you are on the way to getting rid of these harambes and begging and kitu kidogo and this, it erodes dignity from a person.
Finally, let's go back to the president. He seems to be in a conundrum because he was talking about his unpopular moves, or should I call bills, from affordable housing to SHA, to finance bill. They have to go through parliament. Even impeaching Gachagua has to go through parliament.
Yes.
But then these things are unpopular with the people.
Yes.
Let me ask you, how should he navigate this? When he has things that are unpopular with the people, the legislature might not pass them. He wants them implemented for the sake of his legacy. How should he deal with this? Because the only solution, it seems, is let me give these people money and then wapitishe too.
No, the advice is simple. Let the president bring things to parliament that are in furtherance of the interest of the people of Kenya. Anything that is in the interest of the people of Kenya. Anything is done within the law, within the confines of the constitution. and it's in the interest of the people of Kenya. That's all you need to do. The rest is simple.
There are two things.
MPs may refuse, but finally, so long as you have the people supporting you, the MPs will be called out.
What if it's for the interest and it is not popular? As affordable housing is
That you have to figure out. He won't be the first person coming up with unpopular initiatives. Kings, emperors, presidents, prime ministers have always encountered situations in their kingdoms, empires, countries, and so on, where they must do things that are unpopular with the people. So, since he will not be reinventing the wheel, history is there for him to benefit from. First of all, what were the consequences? Some people were removed from power, some of them rather brutally. Okay?
Yeah.
Some managed to convince their people. Some stayed put. And when people looked back, they said, oh God, this thing was good. But look at the way what do you call this one of British leaving the EU? Brexit.
Yes, Brexit.
Look at how it claimed prime ministers, kaka in succession. But what are the British people saying now? Say, oh,
by the way, it's better for us.
I think we made a mistake. Yeah. So Ruto will not be the first person to push something through which is unpopular. And after some time, people end up saying, Ruto was right.
But honestly, do you think there's any bill that will pass Parliament without kitu kidogo, now that we are in this day and age where money seems to be everything?
The kitu kidogo that has been given to Parliament and which Raila wants to mess for Ruto is CDF. That's enough. CDF is the kitu kidogo and the kitu kubwa. Once the president supported these people against all odds, against the courts, and CDF was given to them, against the court, all the way from the High Court to the Supreme Court. That is the kitu kidogo and kitu kubwa combined. So the president doesn't need to do anything. Secondly, these are scared people. None of these people can face the president. These are cowards.
With or without money.
Even he doesn't need to give them money. Even just being called to State House. I know Kenyans. I am a Kenyan and I know. Just to be called to State House, they will drop everything they were doing. Never mind that they may leave State House with nothing or with 20,000 or zero. Like Uhuru never used to give money. But people will be very happy to go to State House.
But in the defense of some MPs, some did not go to the parliamentary group meeting. Actually, there are some who actually believe this UDA ODM merger is bad even for the UDA side and for the ODM side. And let me just ask you finally, do you think there are some good people in Parliament?
Of course. In every gathering of people, at whatever level, however sophisticated, however simple, however idiotic, any gathering, there are more fools, there are more stupid people than you can imagine. There's that theory of the theory of stupidity that says you'll be shocked at how many stupid people are to be found in gatherings or in crowds or in places where you least expect. Like at the university, there are so many stupid people. That's the theory of stupidity. Equally, in the least places where you expect to find a brain, there are very many brains there. And good people. Even in a madhouse, they are very good people. So, in Parliament, there are men and women of honor, except that quite a good number of them are outnumbered, overpowered. A good number of them give up. Others join the bad people. And others decide, since you can't do anything, you just stay. They just go to Parliament, do their thing, because they don't want to be like the others. Next election, they are removed. Not because they did anything wrong, because they refuse to do what everybody does. So they are good people in Parliament.
Thanks for turning
But there are not many, unfortunately.
Conversation, not many, unfortunately, Prof says, but maybe someday we'll actually have a parliament of representatives that represent our needs and not their own greed. Goodbye for now.